Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 100 of Trials and Trebuchets. A phenomenal achievement, a testament to how much we're willing to just speak to no one and have no
and
one
how much we
listen to
don't
us.
hate each other.
And how much we still love each other, yes. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke. Joining me are my players, who I'm so thankful for to have stayed with me through all these many months. And their names are as follows.
Hello, my name is Ben, and I'll be playing the level 6 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, playing the character of Wesham, who we'll get into that later, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles, who has no alias. It's just Mr. Wiggles.
Do you want Wiggles to have an alias?
No, Mr. Wiggles is Mr. Wiggles in every universe.
Okay.
There is no alternative.
Hello everyone, I'm Carla, and I play the level 6 Tiefling Roguelock, 1/6 Warlock, 5/6 Rogue, Integrity Berry, who's currently playing the noted musician socialite Heartbreaker, Jimothy Lerald. And this is a song that I have made. Not really made, but you know what I mean. Look at the art, my patch, my gown, my shoes. I'm finding all the clues.
Wow.
Yeah, I am all yellow.
Oh, that's so fucking good. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 6 half-elf bard, playing Angles, a paranoid psychology professor. Or was psychology, I don't know. I am a psychology professor, but I don't know if I made that up or Luke made that up. I don't remember at this point.
I am
And also
psychology.
Kurogami. I don't play Kurogami, but he does accompany me as Angles. I can't wait to engage in balderdash and crime solving. Wait, isn't that the guy who plays Sherlock?
Wow.
And my name is Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorceress Serenep Singerman, who is also playing Simone Idol. I'm orange and I'm a snobby alchemist. I have no jokes.
Sarah, did I say that Engels was a psychology professor?
Well, maybe I said that.
I think it says
Someone-
paranoid professor of optics.
Yeah.
Did
that's
I?
what
But I said something about psychology in the notes
Okay.
to you, and you didn't say anything back.
Oh, well, shit.
So I don't
Alright.
know what's going on with that.
Well, let's do that then in that case.
No, he's a double major.
He's a double major.
Yeah.
All right. And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students mingled with their upperclassmen at the Wraithrin estate. And mingle in this case refers to people being either very annoying or bringing up sensitive topics in public. Before joining Professor Elric Wraithrin and the mentors for dinner. Integrity showed Artis her new fire pebble, Winsler read books at the dinner table, Serenepth put all her proper manners to use, and Mira tried her very, very best to be likable. Afterwards, they were assigned guest names for the evening before the mystery began properly. So, where we left off, everyone was taking a very short walk from the dining room into the lounge via use of the hallway. It's a very short walk, not very long in duration, but just enough time for you to properly read over the piece of paper privately without having to worry about anyone else peering over your shoulder and reading who your identity is and what skills and goals you might have. So, just to go through this, to remind everyone, Winsler Wallaby will be playing Wesham, surgeon with a loving heart, I think is what I said,
Yes.
if I recall properly.
Correct.
What is your skill? Not your goals or anything, but your skill itself.
My skill, and I love this skill in particular. I'll just read it word for word if that's
Okay,
what you
that's perfectly fine.
expect.
Yeah.
Basically, my word on anatomy and bodies is unparalleled, so much so that anything that I say regarding such things is indisputably true.
And just to break that, we're going to break down like the actual rules of everything in a second. The players, this is me addressing you, the audience. The players already have a kind of an idea of what's to come. But I just wanted to do this and then we'll address the rules kind of like in character. But this is kind of just so the audience and you all each other know what skills are on the table here. Up next, after Winsler makes his small walk, Integrity Idleberry. You, Orange, wearing a pirate hat and pirate eye patch and a large gown and all yellow. You yourself are, as a tiefling, are orange, and the gown is yellow and everything. You take the short walk to the lounge. You are going to be playing Jimothy Lerald.
Mm-hmm.
What is your skill?
My skill is every time I sing a song, the person of my choice must do something for me. Well, the song has to sort of be a hymn about the thing that I want them to do. Is that correct?
Sing a quick little ditty, and you can capture the parts and minds of whoever you're trying to convince to do something for you.
Like, la 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 la, eat a pepper.
Oh, powerful.
Up next, after Integrity makes her way, Serenepth Cinderman.
Oh.
You take a couple steps through the hallway wearing your nice pants and wool undercoat. And you... Undercoat? Waistcoat?
Waistcoat.
And you are going to be playing Simone Idle. What is Simone Idle's skill?
I'm just going to read it word for word from what you gave me as well.
That's perfectly fine. Read it word for word so long as it's not nonsensical, because I did not proofread them.
Aw, man. Poisons and elixirs are your bread and butter. You can identify any known toxin, and what you say about them will be taken as truth, even if it is a lie.
Whoa.
And finally, we come to Mira Marchand.
Yes.
Let's say the last person to leave the room as you wait for everyone else to funnel out. You read over your small note. And here's where we have to have a kind of in-the-moment conversation, because there is a miscommunication, and I have not edited the last episode yet, so I do not remember what I said. I, in my notes, have written that Angles was a professor of optics. You, in your communications with me since the last time we recorded, noted them as a professor of psychology. Let's combine that. Do you have any amendments you want to make to the skill? Read the skill as I gave it to you, and then if you have any amendments you want to add, 100% you can have it.
Okay, so Engels is a professor of opticology, which is optics and psychology, a new department that they have created themselves. And so Engels' skill is you possess heightened visual senses, modifications using your own optical inventions. As such, you can see things others cannot, and they will believe you are speaking the truth about seeing those things. I would say the psychology addendum is the same thing, but the reason that they'll believe Engels is because Engels loves using pop psychology terms to explain things, knowing that nobody else will understand them. So...
Okay.
They could just be like, yeah, I've got cool perceptions of things. I know what's going on.
All right. So, yeah, Mira, you take a moment to parse this entire thing as you walk the short way between the dining room, along the carpeted hallway, and into the lounge, where everyone else has assembled in their now monochromatic outfits. Standing here, holding a small candelabra with 4 lit candles upon it, burning with a little green light, is the butler Felice, who has organized this entire evening affair. Addressing the lot of you, he will say, "Before we begin the mystery itself, I feel it necessary to outline the rules of the evening. First and foremost, I assume that all of you will remain in character and act as your guests would truly act. A part of this is the assumption that no one will go snooping around the estate and looking where it is otherwise impolite to look.
Ha 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 ha.
The things that we will experience this evening," and he will blow out one of these small little green flames on the candles, "will feel very real. But I assure you, before we begin, that it is all an illusion and that they are not, in fact, real. And he'll look around to kind of get the read on everyone. What's everyone like doing right now? How have you positioned yourself inside the lounge?
I'm like holding my like the note in both my hands and like reading over it over and over again and like trying to think about getting into character. And kind of be
Okay.
like, okay, what would Angles do?
Mhm.
And then I'm like thinking, what should I call Kurogami? Should he be called Wingles? Yes.
Wingles.
Oh my
The
god.
quickest conversation to yourself.
Amazing.
What about the rest of you?
I would again I think I would just be preparing to get into my character. So I will be walking we're allowed to walk around the lounge, right? Like
Yes,
nothing. Okay.
100%.
I'm going to be walking around the lounge and I'm going to look if there's any what are those called?
Magnifying glasses.
Glasses. And I'm going to be like, what do I see here? Oh, look at that carpet. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just
You all see
practicing my
Integrity inspecting this very ornately made rug with a magnifying glass she seems to have pulled from nowhere.
That's very cute.
It's very, very cute. Winsler, I want to cover this right now. Do you want me to refer to you as your character name or your guest name for this arc?
We need to be in character, Luke.
guess.
In character, in
Guessing.
character.
Please.
Unless we break character, we are
Okay.
our guests.
Okay.
Are we automatically killed if we break character?
Yes.
Die immediately.
Die in real life.
There are cameras in each room and lasers set up.
Yeah. So Wesham and Simone, then, what are you doing? How are you trying to get into character?
I think that Simone is kind of like they're listening to the instructions. They're all like they're still in Serenepth like uncomfort. So they're like standing like feet shoulder width apart, back straight, hands behind back. They like folded up the note and put it into their like shirt pocket. But like they're also like moving side to side, like trying to like loosen up because like they're like too stiff right now.
And Wesham.
I would say that when Felice is like describing the whole thing and it's like everything here is real or whatever, and like some things might not be real. I'm like got the expression on my face like is Felice real?
Like try and take
it's
their
like a
hand
mixture of
to see if
confusion
your
and
hand
fear,
goes
but
through
also
it.
like looking through one of the books I'm still carrying around in my trolley for like any information on how to help get into character. Like, what is medicine?
Is none of it real?
Okay.
What is real?
The third
What is
years,
fake?
The third years, Delnis, Zara, Penny, and Ainsley are here. They're also Ainsley's probably standing, twirling a small glass of what appears to be wine or champagne or something. You don't know where he got it.
Ooh, fancy.
Fizzy drink.
It's not real.
A fizzy-ish
It's an illusion.
Drink. Delnis looks wildly uncomfortable. She's wearing a bright red dress now. She was previously wearing all black, but has been transformed.
Oh no.
Penny is glaring at you or giving you a hard stare, Mira.
Yep.
It, like split attention between watching Felice and then looking over at you, like as if she's keeping an eye on you. And then Zara just looks very happy and enjoying herself, all in white, I might remind you, with her white hair as well. Felice will continue after blowing out this candle and telling you that it's going to be a magical evening. To keep you all accountable, since a few of you aren't common guests here at the estate, we'll be assigning everyone just partners to keep watch on you and to make the investigation, and he'll blow out another one of these candles, a little easier.
Does Mr. Wiggles count as a partner?
Mr. Wiggles purrs happily. Where is he right now?
He's in the trolley. Or he's in the
He's
little
in
cart.
the trolley. He's napping in the trolley. Felice will smile gently at you and say, I suppose there will be a few teams of 3 then, and gesture towards Wiggles as well as Kurogami. Virgil's
Don't you
not
mean-
here.
Don't you mean Wingle?
Wingles. I apologize. Anyways, that will all be clear later. The way the evening works is that everyone will have a turn. Each pair will have a turn to investigate. You will decide what room in the estate you're going to move into. You will move to that room either as a large group or, if you have other business, as just a pair. But I must ask that, for the sake of the party, of this mystery, that you limit the amount of time you spend as individual pairs. After you arrive in the room, you will find a clue. The house has been magically littered with them, just to make your time easier. Once you find a clue, you will make an accusation against another guest. Based on evidence you've acquired or based on a grudge you might decide your character has.
Oh boy.
So, to explain this outside of the game, everyone has an option to move as either a gang, which is everyone all at once, or
Oh,
a
yeah.
pair, which
All right,
is just
gang.
you and your partner.
Oh no, we're a gang.
It is assumed once you arrive in a room, just so that this arc isn't investigation after investigation after investigation, it is assumed you will find a clue, just because they are magically placed. This clue will be rolled for in both the accuracy and what the actual clue is. So, like, it is it's a weapon and it's an inaccurate clue, right? Like, the accuracy is poor, right? This will make sense. And then after that, I want you guys to like jump in and be like, oh, this could be what the clue is, and this is how they find it and stuff like that. I very much want this to be like a collaborative process. After that, you, the player who's taking the turn, will then have a chance to accuse someone else of being the murderer. Is all of that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And Felice will blow out the third candle. Only one candle remains. And he will stop pacing and look at all of you with a shockingly serious look. The light from this single candle illuminating the whole room in this eerie green light. And it almost makes him look very villainous, especially he's like holding it below his face in the way that you would hold like the flashlight to make yourself scary when telling stories. And he'll say, each of you as a guest has a goal. If you achieve this goal, you will be rewarded. But these goals are secret, and others might be working against you.
It's ominous.
So, without further ado, I would like to welcome you to the 73rd birthday of Duke Pinwright. And he'll blow out this final candle. And the room is filled with a very cold darkness.
Ah!
Wait, this is the birthday party?
Like pitch black darkness?
Yeah, like pitch black darkness.
It's magical darkness.
Ah!
This isn't your everyday
dark vision
normal
won't
darkness.
save
It's
us.
like when they invented
This
the
is
new black and it looks
advanced
like someone cut
darkness.
something out in Photoshop.
I'm gonna hold
By
on to
listening
the.
to this podcast, you confirm that you are not Anish Kapoor. You are not affiliated with Anish Kapoor.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna hold on to the legs of the table, like the middle table off the couch.
Oh, okay.
Couch.
You feel it still there. Oh, you've very much complicated things, Integrity Idleberry. You hold on to
Already.
like the leg. Yeah, already it's getting rough. You hold on to the legs, and you might hear Zara sitting in one of the chairs go, "Oh, this is so exciting."
Oh, God.
As like the darkness overtakes all of you. Integrity, you feel the table like vanish from your grip as if you have been moved magically away from it. And all of you have this kind of feeling as if you've been pulled somewhere else.
Uh-oh.
And the darkness leaves and you find yourselves in the entryway to the estate again. It's slightly different. Instead of silver fixtures, they're golden fixtures. You all feel rain as if you have just walked in from being out in the rain. You hear thunder and lightning going off terribly outside and the rain beating down on the roof. it would appear that all of you have just entered into the estate using the front door after being outside in this terrible storm. There's no Felice to be seen, but standing on the on the landing of this grand staircase in the entranceway, where Elric Wraithrin was standing, but an hour ago, is a very well-dressed, red-faced, human man. He's completely bald. He has these bright red cheeks, and his forehead is heavily wrinkled. He has
Santa?
more. He's very Santa adjacent. Yes.
Oh, Santa's
And-
gonna die.
He will raise a glass to all of you and say, "Oh, I am so happy all of you could make it this evening."
Thank you.
That Angles's voice? What does Mira do to make Angles's voice?
She's doing what I'm doing. She pinches her nose and she goes, "Thank you."
Okay.
Oh, hi, Dick Penway. Erase that. Wait. Oh, hello, Duke Penwright. And then I'm going to do my curtsy.
Okay. You do a curtsy, and he will raise this glass of wine that's in his hand to you and say, "Good evening, Jimothy Larold. Always a pleasure to have you here at the estate." And the rest of you, it feels like it's like almost like magically these coats that have been placed upon you that are wet are lifted off of your backs. If you were to turn, there's these little spectral hands lifting them. What looks like a little fleet of mage hands that carry them to a small coat closet. The Duke will... Oh, sorry. And then a small silver platter with glasses of wine levitates forward towards all of you. The Duke will say, "Please help yourself to a refreshment. I'm sure the road was rough, especially on a night like tonight." And he will begin walking down the stairs towards you. Winsler, you still have your cart with you as well. Wiggles is in there. I think Ainsley is standing next to you. He still has his glass of champagne from previously. And he will place it down on the little silver platter and grab you a glass and him a glass and put out his hand, and he will say, Lambach, a pleasure to meet you."
I will.
As he extends a hand as if to shake your... Or he extends a glass of wine for you to grab, and it greets you.
I will take the glass of wine, and I will cough a little bit before I speak. Yes, Dr. Wesham.
Dr. Wesham.
Glad
I've
to make
heard
your
great
acquaintance,
things.
Sir Lambach.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure you've heard of me. Great poet, you might have heard of me, right? You've probably read my work.
Oh, yes, I've definitely read your various works of English literature.
English, common literature.
Yes.
Quite.
English common literature.
And he, like, raises the glass like that one Leonardo DiCaprio meme. And then we'll take a sip from it.
Oh, wonderful.
Do the rest of you want to interact with each other or the NPCs in a given way? I guess the assumption is that you all are meeting each other for the first time as these characters, right? So please feel free to introduce yourself to one another.
What are all of your names? I am Engels. I am a professor. I study opticology. I invented the field. That's why I study it. What do all of you do? People I'm meeting now for the first time?
Well, as you may have heard me introducing myself to Sir Lambach just now. My name is Wesham. You may refer to me as Dr. Wesham. I am a world-renowned surgeon in my field, and I've never once had any sort of complication during my work. A lot of people love me. I love the people. I'm always there to lend a helping hand.
I haven't killed anyone.
Well
at
done,
my
you
side.
Enough about me. What about everyone else?
Um,
I hate this.
Delnis will take a step forwards. Like, she's very much like giggling at all, especially when Mira was like holding her nose and talking, and she will say, "I'm Anastasia Furnicle. I'm a dancer in court. In court?" And she pulls out a small note and reads it again, and like you can see her almost like moving her lips as she reads it, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm a dancer in court, as like, you know, that's a thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, very cool.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
I'm very good at it. According, yes, I'm a great dancer." And she's blushing strongly now that she's realized that her level of character isn't up to snuff with Wesham, the doctor.
Jesus fucking
Whose could be,
Christ.
honestly.
World renowned, loved by all, loves the people.
Always there to lend a helping hand.
Or 2. Or 3.
Oh, well, it is so nice meeting all of you. My name is Timothy Lerald. I am a musician. It is wonderful how I sing. I sing like music to people's ears. I come from a far, far away land. But do you see this hat? Look how fancy it is.
That's very fancy. I know nothing about being a musician, but it must be very
love
fun.
your fashion. Where do you shop?
Oh, thank you very much. I found this floating in the water.
Just like that.
Yes. Can you believe that I would have found it?
No, I don't.
It's sorry. I almost used their real name. The person formerly known as Zara will speak up and say, "Oh, I would absolutely believe that you found it in the water. I myself find things in the. I myself, Celeste, find things in the water all the time."
Oh my gosh, are you from where I am?
No, I don't
What
think I
accent is
am,
this?
but I don't know
Outstanding.
where you are from.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm from the big fancy city with all the nobles.
Non-disclosed noble city.
Very good.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
The Duke, this Santa Claus adjacent fellow, has reached the bottom of the stairs and will say, "Oh, well, I'm so glad you're all acquainted with one another and know so much about one another." And he'll put a hand on
No.
this girl with the red hair. He puts his hand on Penny Royal's shoulder. She's just all in green now. She looks like she's having fun, but still cannot help but intermittently just glance over at you, Mira.
God,
She
what
fucking
is her
knows
deal?
So much.
She's just, this is just her evening.
Fair enough.
The Duke will continue and will say, "Well, before we get into all the business that I've asked you all, before we get into the celebrations
Business.
for my 73rd birthday, I fear that there's very serious and potentially mortally dangerous business we must attend to."
Mortally dangerous business? What kind of party is this?
My thoughts exactly.
They have a point.
Angles, Professor Angles. My thoughts exactly. But mortally dangerous, I say to you, because I've invited you here to share a secret which I've held quite dear for the past 50 years. But I fear that it's gotten out, and that word of it might, and he'll lean in, cause my death.
Lightning strikes from outside.
Lightning
secret.
does strike at this exact moment, and like the windows on the far side of this foyer illuminate with the
This
bright
is
lightning
so
on the
fucking
distance.
cheesy. I love it.
Oh my god, you timed that so well. Your death? Oh my goodness! What could that mean?
Well, I'll tell you. Just follow me right over here. And at this very moment, you all hear a great whooshing of wind as the back doors to the foyer burst open. The wind comes in and blows out all of the candlelight and torchlight in this room, leaving you in utter
Not
darkness.
again.
Strikes of lightning off in the distance illuminate the room intermittently. You see a rush of everyone as like just this shock, right? And you're all in this clump, and oh my gosh, just so many people standing around, and it's just such a mess, and you can't really tell what's happening. But then you hear a loud crash as if something has fallen to the ground, and you hear a "Whoa!"
Oh no, an earthquake!
Before a flash of lightning illuminates the scene for a prolonged period of time. You see the body of Duke Pinwright pinned underneath a chandelier, which has
Pinned
fallen
right
from the ceiling.
underneath the chandelier.
Oh my
Beautiful.
Oh my-
Wonderful. Best joke.
Oh my gosh, he's dead!
Oh dear.
Oh golly!
I want to inspect the body.
Yeah. The candles, for no good reason, re-illuminate.
It appears our
And
host has become deceased. I can
Yes.
determine that after checking the body. Cause of death. They had a heart attack.
But who attacked his heart? There's only us in this room, which
Was
means
the
the murderer must be
chandelier?
one of you.
one of you.
One of us.
Certainly not me!
It could be me.
Yes, it could be you.
Is it you?
I
Anastasia
did not kill
Fernicle
him.
will say, "Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I was over here sipping wine."
Oh, were you?
And Delnus takes a very big sip of like a very big sip from this wine glass, like half of it.
I'm going to come up to Delnis and sniff the wine if she's actually drinking wine.
Sure, make a perception
Wait,
check,
what?
I guess.
Are we actually gonna get
Like, if it's
shit-faced
actual
in
real
this
wine.
game?
Yeah, make a perception check, Integrity.
It's just Fanta.
God, this is beautiful and messy.
I got 10.
It smells sour like a bad wine that you would not want to drink.
Ew. Is it too dry or something?
Who knows? With a 10?
Who
Who's to
knows?
say?
Okay.
Integrity doesn't have a nose for this.
Okay, so you're not lying for now.
For now?
I would never lie. I'm a very honest person.
What about the rest of you? Lambok, and such. We've all denied it. What if it's one of them?
Lambok spits out a mouthful of wine and will say, "How dare you, Angles? Professor Angles, was it? Right?
Most certainly was.
Most certainly was Professor Angles. I would never do something so brash as to cause a heart attack in the middle of a party greeting a host. How could you accuse me of such a thing? I think that it was you, Simone Idol." And Ainsley will level a finger directly at you, Serenep.
So remember a while ago when I was saying that like they were very nervous and they didn't know, the fading to darkness and everything that's just happened. She's just like, like you guys like her the expression is just like pure. Like this is so out of their element. Like they're like, she takes out the note from their pocket, looks at it, stares at it for a very long, like stares at it, like puts it away, coughs, to change character, pushes their hair back, gets rid of the signature swoop, and like slicks it back, changes posture a bit, and says, Well, I've never heard of such nerve. Do you know who I am?
I only know that you're Simone Idol.
Simone.
A great name, let me just say.
Oh my God.
Let us all take a moment, everyone, and appreciate how good of a name Simone Idol is. Ainsley says, gesturing to the rest of
Yes,
you.
a perfect
Ugh.
name. And I am a well-known alchemist, and I will have you know I do not appreciate someone at your level pointing at me in such disregard.
So, everyone, you on your wrists also
It's
notice.
a timer. Oh god.
Yes. There's a fun little thing on everyone's left wrist. You see a small, almost shackle
Oh no.
that was not here
We're in a cult.
Oh,
before.
no. Don't drink the wine.
That was not here before you left the lounge, I guess I would say, right? Before you were transported with magic and illusions back to the foyer, you did not have a shackle, and now there is a shackle on your left arm. And just so faintly, there are small little translucent lines, I guess, connecting each person's shackle to one other person's shackle.
Ooh, our
Uh-oh.
partner.
Pretty.
Your
Friendship
partner.
bracelet.
And I think the first person to point this out would be the person who's been largely silent in this scene thus far, Penny. And she will hold up her left wrist, and you see a very it's like oil. It has that little rainbow iridescence to it. It's very much like a little, almost like a little thread floating in the air like that, that's joining these shackles together. And she will follow that with her eyes as she holds up her left hand and look at you, Mira Marchand.
Yes!
Oh,
I knew it.
no.
I fucking knew it.
Oh no.
I was
And-
waiting for it.
She'll. The thing is, anytime there's a partner to be had, it always has to be the person that Mira has beef with.
I don't have
It's
beef
just
with
fun.
Penny.
It's
Penny has beef with me.
true, very much so. And she'll say, "Oh, so I guess we're partners,
Yes.
Professor."
I guess we are. Aritica Rowe, this is fine because I've met you now for the first time.
Yeah, I don't have any pre-existing feelings about you or anything. This is perfectly fine. As a
Yes.
godly person, and she'll place a hand on her chest. She says, "As a godly person, I don't hold grudges at all."
Mm.
Well, that's great. That's so we can investigate this murder together.
And also, and she'll she'll kind of reference the rest of everyone, and she'll say, "And also, as a godly person, I would never kill someone also. I just want to say that one out loud."
I do the I kind of squint at her and stroke my chin and deep suspicious thoughts.
So,
Everyone here is
let's
a
get into-
suspect until proven
yeah,
guilty.
let's get into the actual structure of everything now.
Or innocent.
Oh my god, we've been recording for 40 minutes.
Yes, we
Mind you,
have.
10
I
of
thought
that
it's been
was
like
us
20 or
trying to
something.
get everything
Yeah,
started.
yeah. All right, let's get into the actual structure of things. So, the partners are
Uh-oh.
Delness and Winsler.
Oh boy, howdy. That's
Or-
not
okay.
the grouping I thought would happen.
Let me say the character names, or the guest names.
Oh,
I
we're
guess.
the Shadow the Hedgehog team.
So Anastasia
'Cause we're
Furnicle,
black and red.
and Anastasia Furnicle and Wesham are teamed together, which is Delness and Winsler. Celeste and Simone Idol are teamed together,
Aw, Zara.
which is Zara and Serenep.
Hooray.
That's cute.
How dare you leave me with Ainsley?
Oh.
Lambach and Jimothy Larold, also known as Ainsley and Integrity, are teamed together. And finally, Aritica Rowe and Professor Engels, also known as Penny and Mira, are teamed together.
Woohoo.
So, what order? How do you want to determine the order that we're going to do the turns in, everyone? This
we
is
can
not.
just roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative,
Yeah, roll
I guess,
initiative,
everyone.
everybody. It's combat time.
It's combat
I
time.
can't believe Penny's gonna fucking fight me IRL. 12.
14.
I'm doing the math. 13 plus 3. 16.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't. I thought we were just
7.
rolling a d20. Okay, then 16.
Oh, okay.
7.
7. All right, so the order will be Integrity, Sereneth, Mira, and then Winsler. Okay?
Got it.
Can you repeat that?
It'll be Integrity,
Ismwa.
Isimwa.
Integrity,
No,
and
that's
then
the plane we
Sereneth.
went to for Pitter Patter. The plane of Ismwa.
Sarah. It'll be Integrity, Sereneth, Mira, and then Winsler. Or their associated character names. Hey, audience, I'm fucking sorry for doing this to
We
you.
can
It's
do-
a lot.
The art, we can do the art on Instagram for that week. Just be the little reference chart of
Yeah.
everybody's names so people can consult it.
I can post a link to the rules also in like the description, I think,
Correct.
of the episode. That would be really convenient, I think. So if you're having troubles keeping up or you want to know more about the rules,
Or you
just
wanna
please
play
check
this
the
game.
description. Yeah, or if you want to just take this and put it somewhere else, check the description of this episode. So just to keep things not confusing. So I'm going to send you a picture of a lot of stuff. So, God, I was so unprepared. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm sending you a floor map of the entire estate because
beautiful.
up first is Jimothy Larold and Lambok, the two most premium names in the entire fucking
Is that why
party.
you chose them to be partners?
Yeah, absolutely. And to signify that it is your turn, your little shackles and the thread which connects you lights up a bright, what's the combo of your two colors? Because you're yellow and Lambok is indigo. What does indigo and yellow
It
make?
would make like
Is
a
that just
green.
The Lakers.
Wow. Yeah, it
So
would make
like
green.
a greenish color emanates from this thread which connects your shackles. And what room do you want to go to? Integrity, Idleberry.
We're on the main floor right now, right?
You're on the main floor in the foyer right now.
So
There's a
just to-
dead body
Yeah.
on the floor that could be examined for further clues.
That was a heart
that's what I
attack.
was thinking first.
Okay.
Cause of death.
So, Integrity and Jimothy and Lambok elect to stay in the main foyer and search for clues.
Yes.
All right.
So you would like me to roll a d4?
I need you to
and
roll a
d6?
d6 to see how accurate your clue is and a d4 to determine what type of clue it is. And then we can have fun piecing together all of that information, everyone.
That is 6 and a 3.
Okay. So 6 would be a superbly accurate, and a 3 is the weapon.
Oh.
So what weapon does, and it doesn't have to be it could be like evidence of a weapon used. What
Maybe the
does
fucking chandelier?
The human heart.
Is it just the chandelier? Is it a heart attack? Was it an actual heart attack? What was the verdict here, everyone? I want everyone to I encourage you to throw out ideas.
Well, clearly
The
it
heart
was...
attack was induced because someone made him panic by
Oh.
making the chandelier fall.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe a shear to cut the
Oh.
chandelier.
So there's a small
Giant scissors.
Jimothy, you look around this foyer, this grand foyer. You see the rope attaching the chandelier that was hanging the chandelier is cut as if it was cut with a straight edged blade. And while you're investigating this, from a nearby little flower pot, your partner, Lambok, will hold up a small set of shears, the kind that you might use to cut your hair, and he will say, "Hey, partner, look what I found," and kind of gesture to everyone that they have found this set of shears. It's like they're little silver shears. They look very ornately made.
Oh my, you're wonderful, partner. And I'm going to hit his back.
Hard?
Medium.
Medium. Okay, you hit it, and you feel him get pushed forwards. And he goes, "Thanks, partner," and he'll hand you the shears. Who do you think it was? I don't know who to accuse in the first
He
round.
accused Serenepth
Oh,
before, but I don't know.
I don't know
if
who
it
to
needs be now.
accuse after accusing
I
Simone.
mean, he's gonna. Yeah. He's gonna lean in forwards to you, Jimothy Larold, and say, "I think we should accuse Simone Idle."
But why? Everyone in this room have the capability to do a cut.
To do a cut.
He will
Look at how
turn and put his
tall they
hands
are.
behind his back, and he'll say, "Everyone could do a cut, but I only know one person who could do a cut that good, and I think Simone Idol is that person."
I'm going to raise my hand up and defeat him, like, because I have no inkling on who it might be, so I'm just gonna be like, go off.
Am I
then."
allowed to refute, or do I just?
Yes, it's in fact yes, desire that you refute or have a discussion about this,
Oh, okay,
about who it could realistically be.
okay. Oh God. Both Sereneth and Sam as a person have no idea how to do this.
The first round's gonna be rough, yes.
Excuse me? I'm an alchemist. I work with my hands, but to pour things, to mix things. If you're looking for someone who did a clean cut, you look to a surgeon, and I point to Dr. Wesham.
Dr. Wesham, what have you to say for yourself?
They make a fair point. I am very skilled in the cutting arts and
I
the
think you just
fine
confessed.
slices with a sharp object. But I assure you, I do not use my practices for evil. I would not wish to bring harm upon anybody, let alone
Anis,
our wonderful host who is now lying lifeless on the floor.
Anastasia
Clearly died because of a heart
Furnicle will, who's standing next to you, will kind of say, "Yeah, and it's very suspicious that you immediately tried to say they died of a heart attack. Meanwhile, they were crushed to death with a chandelier."
Listen,
Yeah, wait a second. Did you even actually like check anything on how you pretty much you put that in like really quick. You didn't even examine the body.
And now for turn 2, Serenep
This is going great.
I love this.
Yes, confirm the suspicions. It is me.
This rules,
Team
actually.
Team Simone and Celeste, where would you like to go? Serenep, what room would you like to move into? Or
I was gonna say it'd be weird if I left the room during the whole accusation thing.
well, you can
Right
move.
now.
So the options for moving are you can move as a gang, which is for searching for clues, or you can just move as your individual pair, which is only for achieving your own goals.
And I think in that case, what I would do is, you said there was a staircase.
Yes, there's a big grand staircase in here.
So I think what I would do is I would move up to the second floor where
Okay.
we would more likely find evidence of who cut it.
Okay. You move to the foyer upper. You rush everyone up the stairs.
Just
in-
pushing them all like, come on, guys.
Yes. It's so to give you context, it's like that scene in the movie Clue where at the end they're all just sprinting around to the different rooms. That's the
Yes.
entire energy for this
Oh my
arc, yes.
God.
Or for this party.
That's that one scene just playing on repeat as a GIF.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
So you rush everyone up, roll a d6 for accuracy and a d4 for the clue type.
A 3, so it's moderate.
Okay.
And D4 is a 1, so arcane.
Okay. So everyone, what arcane clue of moderate quality do these two find? Do Simone and Celeste find?
A glyph.
Oh, next to the little holder, like the place where this is wild, the glyph and set of shears. There. Okay.
Well, the
okay.
here's the
I
thing.
have an explanation. I do have an
Oh,
explanation
do it.
for this.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, I thought you were gonna finish your thing about where.
Oh, okay. I
everything
can.
was.
Okay.
Sorry.
So there's like a little metal hoop in the wall where the rope would be attached to, but there is a small, almost imperceptible and partially faded magical rune etched into the wall here that you feel. The team of Simone and Celeste, after investigating, Celeste will say, "This looks exactly like a glyph that would make something appear. Wouldn't you say, Simone?"
I would say exactly that, Celeste.
And she'll giggle to herself very happily.
Are we able to like talk as partners to the side before making accusations, or do we have to make one right away?
You can not make an I think we can make the accusations optional. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't really think of any particular.
Yeah, that's fine. I imagine this to have. Yeah, I feel like accusations will become easier as more clues make more people guilty looking, right? But if you want to omit accusing someone, that's perfectly fine. Okay.
So I'm. It's so hard to be an investigator and not turn myself into another particular investigator that I've played a couple of times before. So I'm going to turn to the group and I'm going to say, don't you see that the shears downstairs are one of the many distractions we will find tonight? Whoever did this doesn't want to be found. I believe we are looking for someone of a magical sort who planned this and killed our host. And then awkwardly just kind of stand there and wait for people to say something.
Yeah, everyone lets out shocked gasps as you make this declaration.
One person gasps too hard, starts coughing.
So we're looking for
That's
someone
that's-
apt in the art of sorcery.
Well, it's interesting that you make that accusation, Simone, because aren't you involved in magic?
Alchemy and magic are two different things. While I work with magical properties, I am not the one who makes the magic happen.
Ainsley
That
looks
is chemistry.
Ainsley looks hurt when you say that. Magic and alchemy are separate things.
But technically, can't you not throw your chemicals onto the wall and do some magic thing?
But I was down. But how long were the lights off? Wait a second.
Lights were
How
off
long
for
were
like
the lights
10
out?
seconds.
You have pretty long arms.
Wow. What
That's
is
a very good point.
the Simone like Elastigirl or something? Like stretch the arms all the way over.
Oh man, Incredibles 3 is going to be amazing.
All right. So the bracelet of you, Penny and Mira,
Oh, boy.
Aritica Rowe and Angles begins to glow. What would the combo of your colors be?
I googled this because I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like a brownish eggplant color.
Oh, cool.
Eggplant.
Green and purple make eggplant brown. And Penny will reluctantly walk to your side, Mira, and say, "Where do you want to go, Professor Angles?"
Well, Aritica, is the office open for investigation?
Which office did you want to head to, Sarah?
How about Elric's? That's like just like one room away, right?
It is just, yeah, because you guys are already on the second floor, so you can just walk down the hallway. Are you going to, or Penny's going to say, do you just want to have a conversation in there quick?
Maybe we should bring the entire group so that they can do investigations of this current murder.
And so the entire gang moves down the hallway and Angles, open the door to your professor's office. It was unlocked, and you are now in a very small, cramped office. There are a lot of there's a bookshelf behind the desk that just seems to be filled with different tomes on the composition of music. There's entire just books that have the like musical theory of different musicians through the ages. There's large ledger books. The actual desk itself is clear. And is there any other details you want to throw in that would be cool to have in this room? Like, what would Elric have in his office?
Okay, are there music awards in this world?
Music
There
award.
super are. Absolutely are.
What if there was like obviously it wouldn't actually be called that, but like a fake Grammy, like as like a prop sitting on
What-
the
what-
desk or somewhere, or like a
What are
shelf?
what are the Grammys in this world, Carl, called?
They're named after a famous musician who started them, Alicia Burns. So
Okay.
they're called the Burnos.
Birdos.
Oh my gosh.
The Burns Choice Awards.
Okay. There's a small Burno sitting on Professor Elric Rathrin's desk. there's a large. Oh, also there's a very nice similar to the portrait that's like downstairs in the hallway. It's like a portrait on the desk of just a older Delnus and presumably Delnus's mother that's sitting in a small picture frame on the desk itself as well.
Cool.
And so you all cram in here. It's standing room only because as everyone piles in, all 8 of you, roll for your clue and the accuracy, please.
That's a 6 and a 1.
Okay. So it's a superb arcane clue. We're just going off with magic today.
Apparently.
You hear lightning crackling outside and thunder booming. What arcane clue do these two find?
What about like spell components that would suggest like a specific spell?
Ooh. Yeah, what are the components?
I don't know spell components, but
Ben, we need you. Ben.
So what are we looking at here?
What kind of spell? What spell is it, Sarah?
How about darkness?
Darkness.
Ooh,
Okay,
Ben,
I
what are the
believe.
like?
Let me just bring that up here. I know that darkness requires something, but what could it be? Let's see.
And even if it doesn't, just invent something.
All right. Darkness requires. Ew. It requires bat fur and a drop of pitch or piece of coal.
Ooh, so this is what you find. You find a piece of coal with a piece of coal covered in pitch with bat fur stuck to the outside.
Oh.
Sorry, was it and or for the spell components?
Drop of pitch or a piece of coal.
Okay.
All of it.
I'm
Just
gonna
all of
say-
it for extra spooky darkness.
Yes.
I'm gonna say to Aritica,
Well, this is very suspicious because usually you should only need one of these. It almost seems like somebody deliberately planted this here to look like they cast the spell, even though they didn't. I think we're looking for somebody who seems like a magician, but doesn't know much about magic.
Well, you seem like someone who doesn't know much about most things.
Thanks, but I'm not going to accuse myself. Professor of psychoptics. Opticology.
Do you want to make levy an accusation?
yes, but I don't want to accuse any of Donna's study group because I don't want them not to like me. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
This seems like something Jimothy Lerold would do because Jimothy Lerold is very, very cool, but doesn't seem to be very magical.
I'm going to look around and I'll be like, me? Accuse me? I don't even know why I would need the darkness. I want to be seen.
That's exactly why nobody would suspect you. And as we all know, it's never the obvious one. That's why I don't think it's Wesham and I think it's you.
Obvious one. I am like, at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, Mira, why would you accuse me over something like this?
I
And
do
I'm
like
going-
sorry face.
And I'm going to be like, how dare you accuse me? Now you have to do a jiggy. Yeah. So now you have to do a
So-
jig. You have
so-
to dance for me.
Yeah, this
Dance.
Jimothy Lerold invokes his honor rules power. Again, these are not actual magical powers that your characters have gained. They are literally just honor rules. So, via Jimothy singing a little ditty, you Angles must now dance, I guess.
I do like the little disco point. I do
Yeah.
like a disco point, but when I like do the point up, instead I point at Jimothy and I go,
You're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty.
All right. And okay, the last turn for this round, the link between Wesham and Anastasia Fernicle begin to glow this dark red, I guess.
Yeah,
Could
it's
be
like
black
a
and red.
maroon burgundy kind of color.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Delnus will kind of lean down to you and go, Winslow, where do you want to go?
Who is this Winslow fellow you're speaking
Oh,
about? My name is Wesham, Dr. Wesham. I'm sorry if I didn't introduce myself to you before. I do apologize. I do get ahead of myself when it comes to these sort of events, and I don't want to leave anybody in the dust, you know.
Oh, okay. Dr. Wesham.
Yes.
Where do you think we should go?
Well, it's clear we found a lot of clues in the general surrounding area. However, I suggest we might look somewhere where the killer might not suspect we look. So, I propose we go to the basement, to the cold room.
To the cold room.
To the cold room.
So Winsler runs out of this room with his finger held high, like as he goes, where they will never suspect, and then just runs out of the room, pulling his trolley and running down the stairs. Delnus runs behind. All the rest of you run as a group behind them, down the stairs, down through the hallway, bursting through into the dining room, opening the door to the kitchens, running down the stairs at the back of the kitchen, and finding yourself in a root cellar. You then run down the hallway in the root cellar. Winsler busts open it doesn't bust open, pushes open
Gently.
2 large glass doors gently into this cold room. Surrounding you are large shelves with wine, other goods that must be stored at cold temperatures. There's a few dairy products in here as well, but that's not of any note. Is there anything else particularly notable that is in here, Winsler?
Well, it's a cold room. So my first assumption was this is where they store things they wish to keep fresh.
Yes. Oh, at the back of the room, Winsler, there's also, or I guess all of you, there's also these large steel doors that aren't marked on the map. Imagine them like just big steel cabinets.
Very suspicious.
So anyways, everyone's kind of shivering, standing in this mildly cold room now, and I want you to roll for your clue.
Roll for the clue.
Dr. Wesham.
Ew. Well, it's 2 1s.
Oh no! So much arcane! Alright, so it's a poor quality arcane clue. What does Wesham find down here, everybody? That
Well,
is
clearly it's
somehow
poor quality.
So this room also is like almost, or is very, it's not quite underneath where the or the foyer is, but I want everyone to like pitch in with this horrible clue that could possibly be in here.
It's a spell to keep the cold room cold.
Oh my
Thinking
gosh. Wesham pulls a small panel off of the side of the wall, revealing a little crystal that's emanating this spell. Wesham, you seem to have detected some sort of arcane power source.
And this power source that I have located may somehow be related to the crime upstairs.
How though? Penny will say. Or sorry, Aridica Rowe will say. I don't think that's Dr. Wesham. I hate to step in, but I feel like that's not strictly speaking relevant.
Well, you see.
I learned one thing in psychology and optics. It's that everything is a clue. There is a psychological phenomenon known as confabulation, which means that people think they see clues that they don't see, and they think they don't see clues that they do see. And therefore, this is a clue.
Well, you see.
Everyone now must believe that this is a clue because Engels has spoken.
To put this into perspective, this crystal radiates some cold energy, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And
Correct.
in the foyer, there's candles that are lit to provide light, correct?
Yes.
Show.
Oh my gosh, the names. Anastasia Fernicle will hold up her finger and say, so this extinguished all of the candles upstairs, allowing for the murder to happen without using the darkness spell.
That's really smart. That's a great thing to think about.
So we're looking for someone who
Clearly, this
fake
house is in
magician.
possession of
Or
these
not.
crystals, and someone had prepared this accordingly. So clearly, somebody had set this up way beforehand. So it
Someone
must
had
be
access
someone
to the house.
who may have access to the house and knowledge of the layout.
Who do you want to accuse?
I do not know anybody very well, so I do not know who has access to this house,
this is my first time meeting all of
nor understand its layout. So,
you. Okay.
I have no accusations to make at this time.
Okay. And so, as you all stand around, Professor or Dr. Wesham kind of ranting about how it must be someone, but I have no
I also
clue
know.
who.
I also know of this type of magic because we use that at the hospital.
You know
You
that's
use
only
crystal magic?
accusing you more of being the one who did this, right?
Correct.
So, with this, we fade out and we'll return to the second round of investigation next time on Trials and Trebuchets. Carla, can you give us an outro?
Well, yeah, I could. Thank you everyone for listening to today's episode of Trials and Trebuchets. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we had so much fun. So we had so much fun recording this one for you all.
This one was messy.
What's a mess but something that can be cleaned, you know? Can you
Damn.
please leave a rating and a review on our iTunes or anywhere you listen to the podcast? And also, we have an Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs where you can follow us and see some cool stuff. And then we also have a Patreon where you can share your money with us, but you don't have to like necessarily do that, but it's cool if you can. And the last thing is we have a Discord server, and in a Discord server, you can talk to us and talk to other people who listen to the podcast and exchange theories and stuff like that. Like, who killed the Duke?
Who done it?
That is all. Who?
Yeah, thanks for listening to episode 100, everyone. The objectively messiest episode of anything we've ever recorded.
God.
It took us 2 hours and 40 minutes to record probably 50 minutes of content. Anyways, until next week, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And thank you for listening to 100 episodes of this.
Oh
That's
yeah,
so
it's
Thank
so
you.
crazy.
Very much.
So many episodes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jesus
Thanks for letting us talk your ear off.
Yeah, talk to your ear holes.